I loved it. Last year was a blast. It's nice this year having some people and obviously some new faces to meet too. I think last year they did such a great job. With on ice and off ice stuff, it was a blast all week. So excited to get it going again.
Do you approach it a little differently when you come back for the second time compared to the first time?
Yeah, I think coming back, just being more of a leader, just because I've been through it, and obviously there's some new guys here, so I think, little things, helping guys out, and obviously guys got some questions, and just being there and helping them through it is probably different.
Getting that taste of the American League there at the end of the season, what did that mean for you, and what was it like just to get that bit of experience?
Yeah, I loved every second of it. I think I needed to take the step at the end of the year, and I'm glad I did because. It's a good group in Charlotte, and the coaching staff down there is unbelievable, and I learned so many things from little big things on and off the ice from Jordy, and I loved every second of it, and obviously it's a bummer not getting it done in playoffs there, but I'm glad I did it for sure.
And what about playoff experience?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, you played obviously big games in Michigan, all that kind of stuff, but was that like Calder Cup playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, even those two before playoffs were, taking that big step to playoffs, it was completely different, and I think in the long run it helped my game for sure.
And you also got to tag along with the Panthers for their playoff run. What were you kind of doing during that time? What was it like just to be around the team during something like that?
It was pretty sweet. We were actually down here practice every day, so we weren't really around the team much, but we got to go to every game, every home game. So I think, being there for the home games was just, things that make you love, playing this game. And, the atmosphere down here was just amazing to see. And, hopefully one day being a part of it will be pretty special. So
if it's even possible, does that make you more hungry somehow?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, just sitting up there, seeing how loud it is and all the lights and stuff like that. And definitely push you a little harder.
How
for
different
sure.
is this offseason? Last year, you're still a college kid. You're at camp here. You're going back to school now. This is a job. You're an adult here.
Yeah.
The pros.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Now it's your job. You're getting paid to do it. I think I like it way more just because it pushes you a little bit more. It's your job now. It's something you do for a living, and it's something I love to do for a living for sure.
You got to be a part of like 3 different playoff runs this
Yep.
year. How does that how much did you learn from being around that, and kind of what it takes to be a key player at that level?
I think down the run, it's way harder hockey. I think mistakes you can't really take, and I think that's the biggest thing. And not getting frustrated, I think, is a huge thing. In those Hershey series, it's they're a good team and they don't give you much. So I think not getting frustrated through getting nothing, and taking your chances, not lightly, I guess, is a big thing. And obviously at Michigan, the one game elimination is pretty hard. So I think shift by shift and just taking it step by step is a pretty big thing too.
Obviously, there's still a long way to go till next season, but do you start to think about goals for next year, first professional season, just like what you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah, obviously, I'd love to play down here. I think that's the main goal. I don't think it's a far-fetched goal. I know I could do it. I think I could play, up in the big leagues, I hope. And I'm working very hard this summer, so it's going well so far. So I think that's the main goal for sure right now.
How much do you think Michigan helped you prepare for this? Obviously, that's a unique program where so many guys on that team are first-round picks.
Oh, yeah.
It's a loaded team.
Yeah, I think going against them every day in practice makes you better. The Luke Hugheses and Eric Portillos, it makes you better every day. And I think they've helped me out so much. And I don't think they know it, but they've meant a lot to me last year. And obviously the coaching staff there is top-notch too. And Nars did an unbelievable job last year. And little things, helped me with my shooting or whatever it was. He did an unbelievable job, and I'm definitely going to miss it for sure.
In Michigan, even from last season to this season, where you had about 7 or 8 veterans go to the NHL, and you had to step up and be one of the leaders on that Michigan team. How did that experience help you as far as becoming one of the leaders and helping a team that lost so many guys go as far as Michigan did?
Yeah, it was huge for me. I think I had a little bit in Chicago too, just kind of that feeling of coming back with, a younger team, and so I kind of was used to it a little bit. But we lost so many players that, going into my sophomore year, I think I had to step up big, and I think I had definitely some help in my class, and obviously the upperclassmen and the seniors did an unbelievable job too. And I think half our team last year was all freshmen, so kudos to them too. They did an unbelievable job with the learning curve that comes into stepping from junior to college. So it was a great team and definitely gonna miss it for sure.
What just went into that decision and the timing of leaving Michigan instead of returning this year?
It was a tough one for sure. It took me a couple days to figure it out. Talking with the parents, a couple people here, and agents and whatnot. So it was definitely a tough one, and I knew I had to take that step. I think as hard as it was, I think coming here is even better. It's the progress here that I can make with coaching staff and other players that are here is just top notch. So I think it's something I had to do for sure.
What's it like playing with a Buckeye out there in Jake Wells?
Yeah, it's different. We were in Charlotte for a bit, so we got to be pretty good buddies. But I definitely, didn't love being around him for a little bit there. But we're good buddies now for sure.
I gotta ask, what's the story on the Pikachu hat? Because that made the rounds this year.
Yeah, that started my freshman year in the Big Tens. They told me to wear it, and I just wore it into the rink one day, and we won. And then I didn't wear it going to Boston, so they're like, we lost because you didn't wear a Pikachu hat. And I was like, I don't think that was it. So I kind of just kept it going through Tampa, and obviously I didn't look the best, but
That was great.
Yeah, that's kind of how it started. So.
Do you still have it? Is it gonna make the
No, I got rid of it.
Yeah.
Burnt that thing. So.
Have you talked to some of those guys that made the NHL for Michigan on kind of what they had to go through to make their rosters, like the Kent Johnsons of the world and all that?
Yeah, I keep in touch with all of them. Obviously, with Matty and the great season he had. Beniers, he's such a great person too. And then Owen Power, I'm skating with him in 2 weeks, so I'll be able to pick their brain more about what it takes to come into development or main camp. And the start of the year. So. I'm sure they'll have some good tips for me.
What kind of things have you heard from them so far?
I think the biggest thing is don't get too high or too low. I think, coming in the year, it's so hard to, get frustrated and get down on yourself. And, obviously they're such good players, so it's easy for them. But, I know I'm a good player, and, not letting myself get too high on the good days and too low on the bad days, I think, is the biggest thing.
Do you think that AHL experience is going to help you going into the training camp to try and make the big club?
For sure. I think the biggest thing was meeting all the guys there. I think meeting Jordy, meeting the coach staff and all the players down there. I think, even the playoff and into the, being a Black Ace down here, I got to spend some quality time with some guys, and it'll definitely help me for sure going into camp for sure.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Mackie. Thank you.